ACT, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to our Saturday morning training call, or actually it's a webinar now that we're doing. It's great technology that we have here. We're able to see these different slides and really get a better handle on how to grow your Drink ACT business. There's nothing I can encourage you more to do than to take out a piece of paper and a pen and really take some notes during these next 20-30 minutes. You're really going to get some great information on exactly what to do to build your Drink ACT business. I am personally following every single thing that John's going over here on these webinars and implementing in my business and seeing great success. So I highly encourage you not to reinvent the wheel, but to really take some notes and apply what you're going to learn this morning, because it's great stuff that our Director of Sales and Field Development, John DeHart, is going to be going over today. So without further ado, I want to turn the call over to our Director of Sales and Field Development, John DeHart. John, it's over to you.
Okay, well, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that, and a good Saturday morning, and some of you on the East Coast now, I guess it's Saturday afternoon. I want to welcome you to our Drink ACT New Dealer Orientation. Really, folks, it is the nuts and bolts, the soup to nuts, the meat and potatoes on how to build your Drink ACT business. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. And so as we start to talk about this, my assumption as I start on this call is really that the folks that take time out on a Saturday to join us are people that are serious about making money with Drink ACT. And that is what we're going to talk about. And I want you to know that really the system is the solution. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a step back. We're going to look at, with a macro view, what are we really doing as we build this distribution network that distributes Drink ACT products. From a macro standpoint, what are we doing? And it's really three very simple things. And I want you to write these three things down if you have an opportunity to. And I also want you to know that we're going to go through this in about 30 minutes. We could literally spend 3-4 hours training on these three simple sentences. And so let's jump into it. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lead a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over an extended period of time. So once again, we're going to lead a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over time. And if you think about it, that's exactly what we do. As we build with systems and Drink ACT, that's what we do to build a large sales organization. So let's start in the very beginning with the first word, lead. You must lead by example. Lead a large group of people. You've got to lead by example. And I think it's important to recognize in our business, speed of the leader, speed of the pack. Meaning your group will do exactly what you do. They will run at the pace that you run at. It really is a monkey see, monkey do business. And as we start to look at this, you know, it's a business that really is all about duplication. You know, very much so. You've heard me say this in other training calls. We're very similar in aspect to a franchise. You know, if you're going to spend $2 million on the McDonald's, what are you buying? You know how to make a hamburger. You know how to make a cheeseburger. What do you get for that $2 million? You get their system. You get their playbook. You get their way of duplicating business that makes money. And that's exactly what you get with Drink ACT. I think it's also important to recognize that in our business, duplication happens, good or bad. Good or bad. So what you do will duplicate. Again, this is a monkey see, monkey do business. Your group will do as you do, not as you say. And it's really hard to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So, you know, when I talk to brand new people, I ask them, when does duplication begin in your business? And they say, well, when somebody gets started. And actually, folks, that's an incorrect answer. Duplication begins with the very first contact that you make with that person, because they will remember what you did. They will remember how you contacted them. They will remember, did you use the tools? Did you sample them? Did you put them on a three-way phone call? All things that we're going to discuss on this training. Duplication happens, good or bad. It's important to recognize that and to start off on the right foot, to do the right things correctly. That's how you build a large group of people. And I think it's important also to recognize that that's what we're doing. We're building a large group of people. that network marketing has always been about a lot of people doing some, not a few people doing a lot. And so it's really about getting the masses involved. So we're going to lead a large group of people. And I realize on this call, some of you are on the phone saying, a large group of people, you know, right now it's me looking in the mirror, you know, or there's just a couple of us. And so large group doesn't really apply yet. And so really the question then becomes, how do we go from a small group to a large group? And really, folks, that becomes the second sentence. So we lead a large group of people to do a few simple things. Simplicity is the key to duplication. You know, this is a business. What you do, your group will do, and you've got to keep it simple. If it gets complicated, complicated doesn't duplicate. The confused mind does nothing. And so we've got to keep it really, really simple. That's what duplicates. And our system is really a very, very simple system. And the system is the solution. So what is our system? We use the products, we share the products, we share the business, and we teach others how to use the product, share the business well enough that they can teach others how to use the product, share the product, and share the business well enough that they can teach. And so you see that system of duplication. Well, folks, this system is designed to do two things. Number one, build a large group of people. Number two, build a large group of people that are consuming Drink ACT products. And that's what we're going to talk about. The key, again, is to lead by example. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. So let's jump into it. Number one, use the products. You have got to be a product of the product. You've got to become a product of the product. Why is that so critical? Well, because our business is not about selling. It's about sharing. It really is a transfer of emotion. And so your job, if you look in this business, is to really find a couple, 2 or 3 products of Drink ACT that you absolutely love, that you cannot live without, and that you would order month after month, whether you were attached to our business or not. And folks, let me say this with all sincerity, that Drink ACT is one of the rare network marketing companies out there that you could actually do that. Why? Because our products make sense. We got a better product for a better price. That makes sense. And so your job is to find 2 of them. And let me be clear. I don't care if it's Drink ACT in a can. I don't care if it's in the pouch. I don't care if it's Saxy. I don't care if it's Power Up, Power Down, Shake Up, Invigorita, the Botanical Spa. It matters not, okay? What matters is that you find 2 or 3, because that's going to help you develop your own personal testimony. So as you're out there talking to people about our business and sharing our products with them, you've got a personal testimony about what these products did for you. And folks, that is a very, very powerful thing. The other thing, again, a business of duplication. What you do, your group will do. And so if you've got 2 or 3 products you love and that you're on auto ship for, guess what they're going to do? The exact same thing. And if you multiply that times 100, times 1,000, times 10,000, you start to see the power of our business model. And so what we've done, because if we go back, we're going to lead a large group of people to do a few simple things. What are those simple things? Use the products, share the plan. And so in doing that, when somebody gets started with us, we are just like the Olympics, and I highly encourage them to come in with what we call one of our jet packs. And we're like the Olympics because we have 3 different types. We've got a bronze jet pack, we've got a silver jet pack, and you can go for the gold with Drink ACT, a gold jet pack. And what are jet packs? Well, they're product packages that are really designed to serve a dual purpose. Number one, it is a sampling of our products for that brand new person to try a bunch of our different products to find the 2 or 3 that they love so that they could lock down their auto ship. That's number one. It's designed to help give them a product experience. But number 2, it has products in there to sample, meaning to share with other people to start building their business. And here's the thing, folks. Our business is very, very simple. He or she who samples the most will win. Sample, sample, sample. Get the products out there. People try our products. They love them. They're high-impact products that are priced right. That's the power of our business model. So like I said, we're just like the Olympics. What you want to do is you want to come in with a jetpack depending on your goals, and depending on your new prospect's goals, that's where you would choose to come in at. And that, you know, if your goals are a little smaller, to make maybe $500 to $1,000 a month, you may only need our silver pack. And I really do recommend at least silver and above. I know we've got the bronze. I know some people, there are some financial constraints, but the silver makes the most sense. It's the right product mix, silver and above, and it qualifies you for the 2-tier Fast Start bonus. If you're only a bronze, you only get the first tier. And so we want to start using the business plan the way it was intended, leverage, so that you can make the maximum amount of money. Silver sets you up to do that. Gold sets you up even a little bit better. So shoot for silver and above, to set people up to win, not to fail. That's the key. Okay, so they just got started. They bought their jetpack. Here's the thing. It's going to take 2 or 3 or 5 days, depending on where you're at in the country, for UPS to get that product there. Here's what I recommend, that we make 2 lists. We help that brand new person make 2 lists. And we did a training on Wednesday. We went through that. You know, the first list is the hot list. The hot list are people that you know well, or your prospect knows very, very well, your brand new rep. Their friends, their families, their in-laws. They're what I call outlaws, right? They're the people that know you the best. And guess what? I call it the hot list because these are the people that we go to immediately and say, hey, you know what? I just got started in a business, and I want you to support me. I want you to be my customer. I don't take the business to them right away. Why? And this is a little different, to be clear, than some other companies teach. Some other companies teach the concept of, you know, fog a mirror. If you can fog a mirror, you should be part of our group. I'm not an advocate of that. I'm a big believer that not everybody's born to be a doctor, not everybody's born to be a lawyer, not everybody's born to be a network marketer. We're sifting and sorting, looking for the ones that are. And so when we go to this hot list, these are people that would support us. They're friends. They're also people that are close to us that may be the ones that say, you're going to do what? You're going to do one of those pyramid things? And if you've got a brand new person, it can really, really be deflating for them. And so I recommend that we do this hot list. We call those people up, and we start building the buzz. Let me talk about this for a second. The last thing that we want is for that jetpack to land on our brand new person's door and them to look at it and say, oh my goodness, that's a lot of product. Okay, here's what we want. We want them to have that jetpack land on their doorstep and say, oh my goodness, I hope I've got enough product. I've promised out so many samples, because they've started building the buzz for their business. So immediately we make this hot list. And this hot list is people that they know very, very well, that they can call up and say, hey, Uncle Mick, yeah, it's me, John. Hey, I just wanted you to know I just got involved with Drink ACT. I've got samples on the way, and they've got your name on it. When they get in, I'll bring them by. Click. Right? What have we done? We've just created curiosity. We started building the buzz for our business. You know, as we look at the Twilight series, Eclipse this summer, you know, it was the #1 movie, right? And Avatar 2, when did we start seeing, you know, commercials for that? When did we start seeing trailers for that? Was it in July when it came out, or was it back in March, back in April? They started building the buzz. Folks, this is a business. We've got to treat it like a business. If we treat it like a business, most likely we'll make money. If we treat it like a hobby, I think it's important to recognize hobbies normally cost us money. And so let's treat it like a business, build the buzz, help your new person build the buzz for their business with this hot list. Now, let me say something else, because Nate Kalima out there has had a fantastic idea. And here's what it is. His idea is 2 customers in 2 hours. So as soon as that person signs up, they place their order, who are we calling that are going to become customers? Because we all have a couple of people that when you call them up and you say to them, hey, I need you to support me. I just got started in a business. I'm going to make you a preferred customer. You can purchase wholesale the exact same price that I purchased, but I need 2. I need 2 customers right away. I want you to be one of them. If you don't like the product, we'll get you your money back, but you're going to love it. He really, really strives 2 customers in 2 hours, even before they've sampled any product. That's a fantastic idea, because what we're doing with that brand new person is we're creating little successes along the way, a little bit of success along the way. Now, Warm list. Let's move to warm list because there's two lists. Here's the warm list. The warm list are people that are in the Rolodex. They're people that you may know, but you may not know them all that well. They're business people. They're, you know, who do you know that's an accountant? You know, who do you know that's an attorney? Who do you know that's a barber, a baker, a candlestick maker, right? You go through, you start developing these lists, and you don't have to know these people that well. You have to know them well enough to be able to place that first phone call to them and talk about being warm with form, okay? Warm with form is the real key to getting things done. And form is family, occupation, recreation, and money. Okay? Family, occupation, recreation, and money. As we call folks up and we start talking to them about our business or just in general, how have you been? It's been a while, haven't talked to you. How's the family? How's the economy treating you? And the warm with form is a great way to get them to feed back to you, hey, it's a little rough out there, right? And so that's what we're looking for as we start to build our business. We want to then switch gears and start using the tools, okay? So let me back up for a second. Number one, as we look at this, we're going to start with our hot list. We're going to build the buzz for our business, right? Remember, he or she that samples the most wins. You're going to ask for support from those people that are closest to you. And the goal is really right out of the gate, 5 preferred customers. Okay, that's your hot list. Your warm list then are people that you know. You may not know them that well, okay, but you know them well enough you can call them up and engage in that conversation, you know, and getting to the point of how's the economy treating you. And then what you want to do is just be quiet because for most people out there, it's rough. And they'll tell you that. And then you say something very simple like, that's why I called, because I may have a solution. I'm working with a team of people, entrepreneurs, that have found a way to diversify, keyword, diversify, and they've been able to add a significant secondary income stream without jeopardizing their full-time positions, their full-time jobs. Would that information be of interest to you? And then you be quiet. Here's the thing. They're going to say yes or no. What is it? If they say, what is it? 5 words, 5 minutes ain't going to do it. Tell you what. Let me send you some information over. I'm going to send you the website. It's got a couple of movies. It'll be your chance to screen us. If you like what you see, I want to introduce you to some of the team members. I want to introduce you to some of these entrepreneurs so that they can share their Drink ACT experience with you. Share their Drink ACT experience with you. Now, let me say this. I'm using, as we start to share the business, so once again, what are we doing? We're leading a large group of people to do a few simple things. What are those simple things? Use the products. We got that covered. Share the products. We got that covered with our sampling program. Share the business. Using the tools and the team. That's the key. Tools and team to share the business. Now, why is that? Well, we had Paul Croto open up this call earlier, right? And Paul knows Drink ACT backwards and forwards, upside down. You know, he knows it better than I do. He knows the comp plan. He knows what products are in, what ingredients are in our products. I mean, he really, really knows it well. If Paul got you on the phone and you were new to Drink ACT or looking at it, in an hour and a half, 2 hours, he could tell you everything you wanted to know about Drink ACT. Here's reality. He doesn't do that. Here's why. Because it doesn't duplicate. It does not duplicate because that person on the other end, here's what they're doing. They're evaluating our business. Remember, it's hard to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. This is a business of duplication. What you do, other people have to be able to do. We've got to keep it simple. So if Paul were to go through an hour and a half, 2 hours, here's what the seed that he planted in that person's mind. Wow, Paul is really good. He knows this thing upside down, backwards, and forwards. I don't think I could ever be as good as Paul. I don't think I can do this business. And they're out. Or here's the other scenario. Paul just spent an hour and a half, 2 hours with them. That person drove a half hour to get there. They're into this meeting now for 2.5 hours. They look at their watch and they say, wow, 2.5 hours. I work a full-time job. I've got kids. I'm a soccer mom. And he just told me I need to talk to 2 or 3 new people every single day. I don't have an extra 5 hours a day. I guess I can't do this business. And they're out. Folks, we have got to create a scenario where people can paint themselves into our business. And at the end of the day, if they get to the point where they say, I can do that, they will probably get started with us. If they get to the point where they say, I don't think I can do that, they're not going to do our business. They've got to be able to paint themselves into our picture. And so I recommend strongly that instead of doing that, contrast that to using the tools in the team. I make that phone call, warm with form, working with a team of entrepreneurs, diversified, at a significant secondary income. Would that be of interest to you? And what is it? Well, tell you what, let me send you over a website, watch a couple movies, and then I'm going to introduce you to some folks on the team. So I send that website over, your self-replicating website. They watch the movies. They go through it. I call them back. They say, hey, this looks pretty interesting. Great. Let me put you on the phone with a couple of people. I put them on with Paul. I put them on with Eric. I put them on with Tracy. I put them on with Vern. And what happens then? They share their Drink ACT experience, and that person goes, wow, there really is a team of people here that can help me build my business. I think I can do this. And guess what? They get started with us because it's a simple system of duplication. Speed of the leader, speed of the pack. We've got to keep it simple, and our process of duplication is exactly that. We use the products. We share the products. We use a sampling program. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that now because we're going to get to number 3, which is consistently over time. Lead a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over time. What are the simple things they do? They're going to use the products. They're going to share the products. They're going to share the business using the tools and the team, conference calls, tools, website, tools, audios, tools, the ActAdvantage, tools. There's plenty of tools out there to use, and then engage your team members too, because what they do is they add third-party verification, very, very powerful, and then we teach our very, very simple system to all of us that are on there. Now, here's the third piece, the final piece, consistently over time. I want you to understand the power of what we're talking about in making money with Drink ACT. So remember, number 1, I said your job, when you get that jetpack, that's why we've got the jetpack. It's a sampling of products. Your job is to find 2 or 3 that you absolutely love, that you can't live without, that you do, that you'd use month after month, whether there was a business attached to this or not. If you do that, here's what I know. In rough numbers, the BV on that's going to be about 50. Okay? And that's your job. That's duplication. That duplicates throughout the country. That duplicates throughout the world. So we use the products. We share the products, right? And so we've got that jetpack coming. We build the buzz for our business. We get those samples out. But at the end of month 1, all the samples are gone. Remember part 3, lead a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over time. I recommend strongly that you are on our Jet Fuel Energy Auto Ship. It is 30 pouches of ACT and 10 power cards, which is our Power Up sampler. Okay, it's got 6 tabs or 6 pills of the Power Up in each of them. Nice looking package. It's a total of 40 samples. If you're sampling 2 people a day, 5 days a week, it is a 1-month supply. That's what I recommend. Little increments. Consistency is the key to our business. 2 people, everybody can sample 2 people a day, whether it be the pouch, whether it be the Power Up, and they're about $1 a piece. As a matter of fact, they are $1 a piece, okay? And so everybody can afford that. Now let me say this. This is a business, and consistently over time is a key. You've got to have what I call a marketing budget. Every business out there has it. With Drink ACT, it's not much. It's $40 a month, but it is your marketing budget. It's how we keep consistently putting our product out there. And I see people come in, they buy a jetpack, they don't do this. It's the equivalent to me to running a huge advertising campaign the first month in your business and then taking the sign down outside of your business, but saying, hey, we're still open. You know, we're open. But what do you mean you don't know we're open? No, we don't need a sign. No, you've got to consistently be sampling the product. That is really the key. You've got to have a marketing budget. That's why we put together this Jet Fuel Auto Ship. So if you're duplicating that through your group, that Jet Fuel Auto Ship is 25 BV. If we're at least getting, I'm using really, guys, I want you to know, conservative numbers on this. 5 preferred customers. These are people that you know well, that love our product. They're on our auto ship program, our monthly convenient mailing program. And guess what? It's a wholesale price. And so they're paying the exact same price that you can. You can go to Mom and say, Mom, I want you to be a customer and not feel bad about making money off of Mom because she's paying the same price you are. The company will take care of you. All that volume goes into your weak leg, so you'll get paid on it. But Mom pays exactly what you pay. She just has to be willing to do what you do, which is be on auto ship, which is part of our deal. 5 preferred customers, rough numbers, let's say they're just on the pouches. Well, the pouches, a 30-day supply of pouch is 25 BV. If you're building a business, you're out there talking to people every day, we're going to sponsor at least 2 new people every single month. Okay, bronze or above. If it's silver, that's even better. Yeah, what I'm hoping you see is very, very conservative numbers here. And then miscellaneous customer orders. As we're out there, maybe somebody's not ready to be on auto ship yet, but then they say, hey, I want to purchase, I'll pay retail for it. And that's about 60 BV. Well, folks, if we add all of this up consistently over time, this is your business unit, if you will, okay? If we add all of this up and we look, consistency over time, you tell 2 people, they tell 2 friends, and so on and so on. If we look at a 12-month calendar, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, 12, 1,024, 2,048, 4,000. Folks, it's almost 8,000 people just telling 2, but these numbers are skewed because you only told 2 your first month. You don't quit there. We're telling 2 every single month. So it actually could be a much, much bigger number. Now, here's the thing. Some people quit, right? We have in our business what's called attrition. Here's the beauty of getting somebody on auto ship, because I'll tell you what, folks, we have over an 80% reorder rate. Why? Better products, better price. That's a published reorder rate. People love our products, so if they're on auto ship, they may quit building the business, but they stay on auto ship. And if in the interim, if we did our job in the very, very beginning, somebody gets involved with us, we help them build the buzz, we help them build some preferred customers. If they quit, those preferred customers are still there. So again, these are very, very conservative numbers. Let's look at it. Let's say we only had 200 people that buy into our system, using the products, sharing the products, the jet fuel. 5 preferred customers, sponsoring 2 people a month, okay, and the extra $60 in volume, 500 BV. Let's say we got 200 people, 100 coming down your weak leg. Folks, that's 50,000 BV every single month that you make roughly 17% off of, $8,500 a month. Folks, it's a 6-figure income. That's $100,000 a year in income off of a couple of hundred people that have bought into our system. I hope you're starting to understand the power of the Drink ACT compensation plan with the training that we've put together. If you're just franchising yourself, and duplicating this business, I'll tell you what, folks, great things can happen, and big, big money is out there to be made. All we got to do is lead a large group of people. Lead by example, a large group of people. How do we get to a large group? By teaching people to do a few simple things. What are those simple things? Use the product, share the business, using the tools in the team to share the business, and teaching others how to do that. Duplication. And if we do that consistently over time, Paul, you will build a massive sales organization. So with that, let me turn this call back over to you. Folks, it's been a pleasure. Our business is simple. In its simplicity is where the power is. Stick to the roadmap. No need to reinvent the wheel. Just do it as we do it, and I'll tell you what, great things are going to happen in the business. So with that, Paul, let me turn this call back over to you.